Hello, I'm Lauren Roberts, the author of Powerless, Powerful, and Reckless, and I am here with Simon Teen going word for word. Powerless.
Perfect.
Is that good? Okay.
That's perfect.
Go. The word tumbles from my mouth and I take advantage of his surprise. Determination drives me as I fight to pin his thumb down, moving my hand and arm in the process. I nearly fall on top of him to finally get my thumb to land on his, though I've broken the rules to do it. And then I'm suddenly being tugged fully against his body. He yanks on my arm, pulling me close enough to count the dark lashes surrounding his eyes. You cheated, Gray. I did what I had to do to win, Azur. He hums, and I feel it vibrate through my chest. I suppose it's my fault for forgetting what a vicious little thing you are. The words die in my throat when he uncurls his hand from mine and trails his fingers down my arm. I suppress a shiver at his sudden touch, but the smile that lifts his lips tells me it didn't go unnoticed. I take it back, he says softly. This game isn't boring in the least bit when I play it with you. His gaze has dropped to the fingers gliding over my arm, and I still under his gentle touch. I'm not sure how long we stay like that, listening to the wind rustling the leaves above us as we study each other. And it's only when his fingers trail up my neck to tuck a stray piece of hair behind my ear that I finally come to my senses. I should go. The unsure words hang between us, barely more than a whisper that the wind nearly steals away. So, basically, we have interrupted a thumb war between the two of them. It's very interesting because this scene was added after multiple drafts because I just wanted more time with the two of them, really, in truth. I wrote this scene of the two of them kind of running into each other under the willow tree. And they just talk to each other about the miscellaneous things. Hayden learns a thumb war for the first time, and she cheats. And Kai's not surprised by this in the least bit. And so it's just a very sweet human moment between the two of them that I just couldn't help but add. I love how casual it is. I love putting very real life scenarios into like a fantasy book with really high stakes. It's almost funny to see a thumb war between chapters of them like fighting for their lives. Maybe that's crazy of me, but I think it's so cool to see a character just really down to earth and like see them when no one else is really watching. And I think that's important for the reader to kind of connect more to these characters and the story that they're in. I think it's just shocking overall that I wrote this book when I was 18 in my childhood bedroom, and now people are picking it up and reading it and drawing characters and getting tattoos of things. And so it's so cool to see, and I love that I get to like write this world that people really resonate with. Powerful. Come on, I chase after him, grabbing an arm to slow him. Just a little more practice and you'll have it. This will take your mind off things. He spins, his face accusing. Did you need practice? Well, no, but see, you're natural at this happy girly shit. He shakes his head. I, as shocking as it may seem, am not. Right, I lower my voice, forcing it to sound rough. You're all brooding and gruff with your sharp knives and lack of smiles. He crosses his arms over his chest. Oh, is that what I'm like? And what you sound like? I smile. Sort of. Fine. He gives me a sarcastic smile, though his eyes are still clouded with the sorrow of losing Hira. Well, you are all giggles and perpetual happiness with your bows and other frilly things. I nod slowly, stepping toward him. And do you like that about me? He doesn't need a moment to ponder. Among several other things. Good, I say simply, placing a hand on my hip. Because I'm not changing. I like my frilly girly things. Oh, I know. See, I'm a lover, not a fighter, he finishes for me. I beam. Exactly, which is why punching that guy in the face a while ago was the absolute last thing I wished to be doing. Max shrugs. He deserved it, and you needed the practice. Okay, so what is happening in this scene is Adina, our lovely, bubbly, beautiful girl, is teaching Mac, the brooding boy, as you can tell, how to skip. And so this is right after, Mac found out some really terrible news, and Adina figured, hey, let's teach you how to skip and it'll cheer you up. And again, this was actually a scene that I added after the first draft. And like I said in Powerless, I wanted to see more of just very human things happening in like this high stake world type of thing. And it's so interesting to think that Mac is so brooding and he's had, a dark past, and that this was something that had never crossed his mind. Like, oh, I want to learn how to skip. It's something joyful and happy. And of course, Adina knows how to do this. And another really important part in this scene was when Adina asks Mac, like, do you like these girly things about me? And Mac says, well, of course. And Adina responds with, well, good, because I'm not changing them. I loved writing Adina's story, but I also felt I really wanted to get across the fact that not every female character has to be, wielding a sword or fighting the bad guys. So the dedication for Powerful is to the girls with softer dreams, your purpose is just as powerful. And I really wanted to showcase that if your dream is to be a seamstress or to be something that's less hands-on, like bad guy fighting, as say Payton, that is okay. You are just as powerful as those girls who are picking up a sword. And Adina is like the embodiment of just how strong a person can be without being physically strong. And that is equally as impressive. Reckless. He's doing nothing but dying. Is that not what I've wanted? No, I mutter. No, I didn't dive back in there for you to die. I pat his face. I pat it harder. Then I'm slapping him like I've always said I would. Nothing. No. My hands find the center of his chest and begin pumping, begin trying to purge him of the water he swallowed. Come on, Azur, I whisper. My vision has gone blurry, but I don't bother to recognize the tears welling in my eyes. Don't be dramatic, I order. Open your damn eyes. I'm pushing hard on his chest, pleading with him. How pathetic. I don't know why I care. This is exactly what I should want, to have tried my best and still be free of him. This is the ideal situation. I can walk away from this moment without guilt dragging me back for it the rest of my life. So why am I fighting back tears? Come on, I whisper, continuing my rhythmic pumping. Come on, you stubborn bastard. His eyelids flutter open. I jump away from him, giving him room to turn and retch. A tear rolls down my face as I laugh shakily, relief flooding every bit of my strained body. I almost gave up on you. He drags himself fully over the grate, breathing heavily at the sky. His head turns to the side, eyes studying me intensely. He coughs before choking out. I'm shocked you even bothered to try. I nod slowly, allowing what I've done to settle in. It's a regret I'll have to live with. We watch each other, his gray eyes unwavering. It feels different, this look. The look of two people who now share another secret. Nothing has changed between us, and yet nothing will ever be the same again. The things death made us say, the kiss we shared thinking it was our last, can never be undone. I've already failed twice at resisting him, and I won't let it happen again. Hopefully. He is my enemy, my captor, my escort toward death. I will not let him also be my weakness. Not again. Basically, Payton and Kai have just escaped from a sewer, which is gross, but it was filling with water to flush everything out, and basically they almost don't make it out. Kai helps Payton get out of the sewer, and Payton basically makes the decision to go back in and save him, which is a very big deal. It's a huge turning point for her. She goes in, she rescues him, and she's like so afraid that he's not going to live and not going to survive this. She's questioning herself, like, why do I care if he lives or not? Like, I'll be free of him. So a lot of feelings are kind of coming to the surface again, and from there, things get even crazier. What I can say about Reckless, without spoiling things, is that it feels very different from Powerless. It really doesn't take place in Ilya. It has a different feel, lots of close proximity, which I love personally, so I loved writing that. And it's basically, Kai has been sent. We see from the end of Powerless, Kai is sent to retrieve Payton and bring her back. So it's a very cat and mouse, and because they're not in Ilya, the playing field has leveled a bit because, as we know, Kai is a wielder, so he can wield the powers around him as an elite. But when you're somewhere else that isn't Ilya, that doesn't have elites, Kai is no longer this super powerful elite with these powers. And so the playing field has definitely been evened, and you can kind of see that happening in the way that they interact and fight each other. And I love to say that I feel as though I've grown with this series, which has been such a beautiful experience to get to grow up as I'm writing this. And that's all I'm gonna say before I spoil anything.